This animation shows how the levels of immunoglobulins change during the specific, adaptive immune response that develops as a result of infection with a pathogen or following immunization. This is initially mediated by the non-specific innate immune system, but subsequently develops to involve the specific adaptive immune system too. Dendritic cells are attracted to the antigen. The antigens are taken up by the dendritic cells, also known as antigen-presenting cells, and presented on the cell surface membrane. They migrate to the lymph nodes. The primary specific adaptive immune response is now underway. T cells that recognize the specific antigen being presented by the dendritic cell bind to the antigen. This process activates the T cell to become a helper T cell. On the B cell, and then releases cytokines that stimulate the B cell. Once stimulated, B cells undergo rapid proliferation and differentiation into plasma cells and memory B cells. One such B cell can produce thousands of daughter cells in a few days. This action increases the capacity to produce stronger binding, soluble antibodies. The antibody concentration rises in the blood serum. Further stimulation of B cells by T cell action leads to affinity maturation, where high-affinity antibodies are produced. The concentration of antibodies is now at a peak. Infection is over. The plasma cells die off and the antibody concentration falls. This is known as the contraction phase. The specific adaptive immune system retains memory of the antigen for future use. Secondary response begins. Memory B cells and T cells are activated more rapidly than on primary contact with the antigen, as the antigen is already familiar to the immune system. The memory B cells proliferate and differentiate into plasma cells that produce high-affinity antibodies in higher concentration than found in the primary response. Often, during the secondary response, further maturation occurs, leading to the antibodies that are more specific. Consequently, each time the body is exposed to a particular pathogen, the antibody response becomes quicker, more sustained, and of higher affinity, offering even better immunological protection.